Pisces or Pisces cross watcher. This message is for you guys, and this is what I'm going to be reading. 2 whole ass pages of words. I sat here for a minute before starting your video, and I couldn't come up with the words. I couldn't really speak. And I even was like, okay, I'm just gonna start the video and roll with it, which is what I usually do, but I couldn't. I'm even getting a little bit of a tension headache right now. So I pulled up my paper and I started writing some things down, and it just kept going and going and going. Someone here may even write a letter or write a poem or write in general or write something in their phone, write something out like their thoughts. I'm going to say that this is someone how they feel and what they would say to you. Pisces or Pisces cross watcher, but this could also be how you would speak to another if you could, what you want to say to them, unless this message is entirely reversed, or maybe it's just not your message. But here we go. For those of you that this message is for, bear with me. I'm going to be reading basically 2 whole ass pages of thoughts of someone's. Someone has been doing something to themselves, and they're realizing it. They're realizing that they've done something to themselves. They hurt themselves. They got themselves in this predicament. They got themselves heartbroken. They're realizing it. I do think someone's realizing the situation that they're in right now and how much pain they're feeling, and I do believe someone's feeling a lot of pain, is because of them and the choice that they made. Hurting themselves by not going with their heart. Maybe they felt divided loyalty to another, and approaching you would cause issues. I don't know. But they're not happy. They haven't been. They not only care for you, but they see something now that they didn't see before. They have a better understanding, and they know they've been lying to themselves. Whoever the person is that has influenced their decision of non-action towards you, they've realized doesn't really have their best interest at heart. Perhaps it is superficial. There is no real loyalty or connection, and this has caused incredible change and has thrown them off for a while. They've needed time to process everything they were realizing. It's been painfully challenging not opening up to you the way that they wanted to. Not being vulnerable. Not letting you know that every single day that's passed from the moment that they last spoke to you, they've never stopped thinking of you. They are hurting. They are sad. They are also ashamed to hurt anyone. I feel maybe even whoever the other person is, but it's gotten to the point where the pain is unbearable. And heart pain can be some of the most painful pain ever. You can even die from a broken heart. I think this person would like to say that I love you, I watch you, I see you, I think of you, and I'm sorry. That's the message. So yeah, not sure where else to take it from here. I mean, we can kind of back it up a little bit and go over it a bit just to cover some things, but that's the entire message here. This is how someone feels. The decision that someone initially made, the choice even that they initially made, it's turned into pain. It's hurting this person because they've lied to themselves. Unless this is you, this could be entirely reversed, but they've lied to themselves. They've wanted to approach you. They've wanted to say something and reveal this, open up. They absolutely have. But they're almost admitting to being cowardly. They're almost admitting to not doing it. Not doing it. And I think a lot of them may have actually, especially when we get to the part here where it's almost like they did it because of another. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Some of them I think it is, because they didn't want to hurt that person. But I think that they didn't do it, like maybe it could be their family didn't approve of you, so they didn't, you know, or a friend. So they didn't want this person. Maybe they knew this person longer. I don't know. They could have known someone longer. So they didn't want this person to, like, they didn't want to betray them or hurt them or something. So you had to take the hit. You were the one that, you know. But they know that they fucked up, really. We could say it like that. Again, right here it says they have a better understanding and they know they've been lying to themselves. They've not only been lying to themselves, to be honest, they've been lying to another. They've been lying to another. They've been lying to several other people. They may have even been trying to distract themselves from it, trying to convince themselves that the decision that they made or the choice that they made was the right one. But I mean, if it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. You can't fake that type of shit. You really can't fake love. You can't fake it. I mean, you can only fake it for so long and then it eats you alive, you know? And I think that's what's happening here. It's begun to eat someone alive because they're not really happy. And they do think about you every day, every single waking day. They check in on you every single waking day. They wonder if you're dating anyone now, if you're talking to anyone now. What are you doing? What do you do on a daily basis? Where do you go? Will I run into you? Will I see you? How are you? I'm not quite sure if the person that has influenced the decision that they made knows about you, but I think the majority of them do. It just feels like it. It feels like they do know about you. So I don't know who it is, but maybe not all of them. There is no real loyalty or connection. Yeah, there's no loyalty in whoever and whatever they chose over you. There's no loyalty there. It's not real. And what they feel with you and for you is beyond real because they can't shut it off. And they don't have to force it. If anything, they've tried to forget it. They've tried to forget you. Was that country? That sounds so country. I think my accent came out there. Forget it. Forget it. Why do I see like line dancing? I see like line dancing, or some of you may drink. I don't know. I see you and this person having drinks together, or something like that. At least maybe going to a place together. Or this is something maybe that they would like to do, but it could be also for some of you something you did do. Thrown them off. Yeah, so if you haven't heard from this person in a while and you're like, well, you know what, if they love me or they cared about me or they were honorable and would do the right thing, or if they're okay with living a lie, that's fine. That's definitely not my type of person. Well, it's because they were thrown off, I tell you. That's what I got. They've been thrown off. Like you really sideswiped this person. Like they weren't expecting you. You just kind of, you know, you weren't there one day and boom, you were in their life, and they weren't expecting to love you. In their mind, this is what they're saying. I wasn't expecting to love you. I wasn't expecting to I didn't even know you were walking the face of this planet. And I definitely wasn't expecting to meet you that day, that night, whenever they met you. Then. I wasn't expecting to meet you then. At all. I wasn't expecting to meet anyone. I wasn't expecting to love you or have feelings for you. I wasn't even looking. This person found you or discovered you or came across you, stumbled upon you when you weren't even looking, and when they weren't even looking. Maybe you weren't even looking, and it's like, watch where you're going. Watch the road. You know how you like, oh, I got something like that in Aquarius message. I did. I got something about, I was watching this man walk with, I think it was his wife, and he started off on the inside of her on the road, right? And she was the nearest the car, but because he saw my car coming, he moved over to the outside of the street. It was really cute. So I mentioned that in an Aquarius message, and yeah, I'm getting that here. Something about that. Or you know how you like throw your hand over somebody in the car whenever you have to slam on your brakes, like protection. This could even be someone who feels a little protective of you, or maybe you protected them by not outing them. Maybe you protected them by respecting their space, by staying away from them because they were unavailable or because they made their decision and you respected it. You respected this person's decision. Somebody protected someone here in the past, or someone is protective of someone, will protect someone. I do sense protection here. I think they think of you nonstop. I think they're thinking about you while I'm recording this video. And when I post the video, when you're watching the video yourself, they're thinking about you. I'm telling you, I don't know when this person doesn't think about you. Probably when they're sleeping, maybe a few times throughout the day, especially if they're very, very busy, like with work, probably. Work or family matters, and I would say probably with children or elderly people or anything like that. Or, yeah, no, that's about it. Work, family matters is how I hear it. But even then, sometimes you pop into their head because, you know, it's like they can't escape you. They cannot run you. They think of you all the time. And they're thinking of you even harder during this time. Harder. They're thinking of you even harder, even stronger during this time. They may not know how you feel about them at this point. They may think that you don't even want to hear from their ass, or you don't care, or you don't want anything to do with them. If they were to say anything, you probably wouldn't even respond. I mean, this is what they're thinking, you know? Probably. It feels like it. It feels like they don't know how you feel at this point, especially by how they kind of left things off or how they did you. Or because of the decision that they made. You probably don't want anything to do with them. At least that's their thinking. So let's see. Process everything they were realizing. Yeah, they've been processing it. They've been thinking about it. Not just you, but thinking about the whole situation, thinking about how you came into their awareness, how they met you, thinking about how things happened. They're thinking about your eyes, some of the things that you've said, or how you've said them. Definitely some of the ways that you've looked at them. They're thinking about that. Like they have a picture of you and they have a photographic memory. They've memorized your entire face, especially something to do with your eyes or a look that you have. They know it. And they can close their eyes right now and they can see it. Something to do with shut eye. You know, that's like a little saying we say in the South, at least my parents say it is, I'm gonna go get a little shut eye. I'm gonna take a nap, I'm gonna sleep. I don't know if you and this person ever slept together. Some of you absolutely did. I mean, literally in the same bed. I'm not talking sexually, but yeah, you might have done that too. But you've definitely slept in the same bed together at least once, if not slept to actually together. Or they're thinking about that, or they just, when they go to sleep and they lay down and they close their eyes, they picture you. Like, it definitely happens stronger when their eyes are closed. That's when they can see you. That's when they remember. Not letting you know that every single day that's passed from the moment that they last spoke to you, they've never stopped thinking of you. They are hurting. They are sad. They don't want you to think that you just didn't mean anything to them or that they brushed you off like this so easily. They don't want you to think that it was easy to let you go like this or to have things be this way. They don't want you to think that. They know that you probably do think that, but they don't want you to think that. This is what they're saying. They're saying, unless it's reversed, I don't want you to think that I didn't care. It's beyond that. It's no, that is not the case. That's not the truth. It's not the case at all. I don't want you to think that I could give a shit less about you. I don't want you to think that. Like, it really bothers this person. Like, it really, really does. It bothers them so fucking much. Like, they don't, I think, honestly, guys, that this is someone who doesn't really want to hurt anybody, but if they had to choose one person not to hurt, they chose someone else not to hurt other than you. You know what I'm saying? Or someone else to stick around other than just opening up to you. Maybe you, I don't know. This doesn't have to be someone that you were with before or talking to or y'all had kind of a thing. This could be like a secret admirer, you know? And maybe You know them though, but you don't know how they feel about you. And they kind of, the way they left things off, or the way that they, I don't know, just kind of seemed like they didn't give a shit. They don't want you to think they didn't, but they were doing that to protect someone else's feelings or something like that. They are also ashamed to hurt anyone. Yeah, exactly. That's it. But they're hurting, like actual pain. When I say this person has physical pain, I mean literally when I was writing this, I wanted to cry. I could do it again. This isn't my message, but I wanted to fucking cry. I wanted to bawl my eyes out. Like I felt like stabbed in the chest. I felt like pain, guys, like heartbroken, like actually heartbreak. You ever been really heartbroken? And I mean fucking heartbroken. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be just gut-wrenching, heart ripped from your chest pain, where all you can think and all you can say is, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, like I can't, I'm sorry for how I treated you, I'm sorry for what I did. And if it's not one of those things where it's like that type of situation, it could just be, I can't lie to myself like this anymore. I can't. That's how they feel. I can't lie to myself anymore. I am not in love where I'm at, and I am in love with you, and I didn't even try. We don't even have to have a past. We literally have nothing with each other. How can I not shut it off? Like, this isn't someone thinking from lust. I haven't even mentioned anything about that other than laying in the bed together. For some of you, this is like, not that. This is different. This is like soul tie, like soul connection. This is what someone feels. And so that's the message. I think you would probably be receptive to this person if you knew they were single. If you knew they were single, because you probably don't want to be a part of any type of third-party situation. You probably don't. You probably don't want to be a part of any, or if you knew that they weren't involved in like certain crowds of people or groups of people that you really didn't want anything to do with. Like if you knew that they had since left a certain lifestyle, or since left a certain area, or since stopped talking to certain people who were trying to sabotage you or sabotage y'all's connection. You know what I'm saying? Just bad influences, bad company. Maybe this person's changed in that area. Maybe they had toxic family. I don't know. But either way, yeah. That's what I got for this message. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.